There's a specific kind of exhaustion that doesn't show up on the outside. It lives in people who were taught that needing help is weakness, that expressing pain is manipulation, that rest is laziness wearing a disguise. If you were born in the 1970s, you probably learned these lessons before you had language for them. Your parents didn't sit you down and explain survival. They modeled it silently, relentlessly, with a kind of stoic endurance that looked like strength, but was often just unprocessed grief dressed in work boots. They came from war, from rationing, from a world where complaining changed nothing. So you simply stopped complaining and you absorbed that, not through lectures, through atmosphere. You learned that problems don't disappear when you talk about them. They disappear when you outlast them. So you became someone who outlasts things. Relationships that hurt, jobs that drain, emotions that never get named. You just keep moving, keep functioning, keep your head down and your needs quiet. And for decades, that worked until it didn't. Because the thing about survival mode is that it's not designed for peacetime. It's designed for crisis. And when you spend 50 years treating normal life like a crisis, your nervous system never gets the memo that the war is over. You still wake up tense, still feel guilty for resting, still treat vulnerability like a trap door that could open under you at any moment. And the worst part, you don't even notice it anymore. It's just how you are, how you've always been. Strong, reliable, the person who handles things. But underneath that strength is a body that's been holding its breath for 40 years. Underneath that reliability is a mind that never learned it's allowed to stop. You were handed a toolkit for surviving disaster, and then you used it to build a life. And now that life feels functional, but not alive. You look at younger generations, and something about them irritates you. Their softness, their needs, the way they talk about feelings like they're real things that matter. And maybe part of you knows why it bothers you. Because they're allowed to do something you never were. They're allowed to be fragile without being discarded. They're allowed to struggle without being invisible. They're allowed to ask for help without feeling like they failed at being human. And you learned the opposite. You learned that your value is tied to your usefulness. That love is something you earn by not being a burden. That strength means never letting anyone see the weight you're carrying. So you carried it alone for decades. And now your back hurts in ways that doctors can't explain. Your sleep is shallow. Your relationships feel transactional. Your body keeps score, even when your mind insists everything is fine. This isn't about blame. Your parents did what they knew how to do. They survived impossible things and taught you to survive too. But survival and living are not the same thing. And maybe that's the real trap. Not that you were taught to be strong, but that you were taught strength means never stopping, never softening, never letting anyone in close enough to see that you're tired. You built walls so high that even you forgot they were there. And now you're standing inside them, wondering why everything feels so distant, so contained, so manageable, but never quite warm. The question isn't whether you're strong, you are. The question is whether you'll ever let yourself be anything else. If this opens something you've kept closed for a long time, subscribe. We're just getting started.